Hi. Well, it's Alex Westmore here again, and today we're doing a little fun book tag about characters you would be, villains you would be, books you like, etc., etc. I've kind of culled through some of the questions, and I think one of the first ones that I really have always liked is, what two protagonists would I be out of novels, out of literature? That's hard when you consider my age and how much I've read, but I think if I had to look back at classics, it would be Ponyboy from The Outsiders. Mostly because I was that kid that always did the right thing. I was raised in a way that there were high moral standing, and having a strong character was really, really important. And so Ponyboy was one of them. The other, which is probably more how I am as an adult, is Idgy Threadgood from Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Fabulous book. I haven't read very many books twice. That one I have. And I've also seen the movie a number of times. But she's so much like me in that she has a high sense of right and wrong, but also lives on the edge and will cross that line if she thinks everybody else isn't doing the right thing. So that would definitely be it. As far as villain, what villain would I be? I am your father. No. I think that if I was going to be any kind of a real villain, it would be probably somebody like Phantom of the Opera, mostly because of being misunderstood. And I think that probably fits in with a lot of people. Which book did I love as a kid that I don't love now, or that I wouldn't read now, would be Anne of Green Gables. Probably ruined by the movie, but one of the first books that I remember reading, and I loved it, and I loved Anne, but I never read another book in the series. So I guess it didn't really hit me that much. So when I kind of started to look through it again, I was like, oh, no, this is definitely not me, and no. What recent book would I want to be a character in? That's a really good question. In all honesty, I think one of the books that I would love to be would be The Hunger Games. I would like to be Katniss's sidekick. Yeah, for sure. Katniss is such a great character that as much as I would like to be her, she had it rough. So I'd like to be her sidekick. How do my reading habits show off my personality? Well, I'm kind of crazy. And my reading habits are, zombies, demons. I have watched every single zombie movie, and I don't know what it is, but you should be a little bit afraid of somebody who likes watching zombies eat people. Yeah, that's weird. My reading habits are also graphic novels. I grew up with comic books. I have an Avengers bathroom, complete with a green Hulk fist coming through the bathroom door. So I think I'm very much in tune with right versus wrong, good versus evil, and all things mutant. I have a full sleeve tattoo of Storm from the X-Men. So I think that shows my personality, that I'm actually a 15-year-old boy in disguise. And what book taught me the most about myself? Wow. I would have to say The Memory Cathedral. The Memory Cathedral is a fascinating book about Leonardo da Vinci. And if you are looking for a way to have a better memory, The Memory Cathedral is simply amazing. And I'll give it to you briefly. We are expected to remember things just kind of like we throw it into a filing cabinet in our brain and hope that we remember it. Da Vinci realized that if you created wherever you love, like mine is a real Victorian library, right? With a globe on the desk, and you actually visualize this entire place, that when somebody gives you information, you actually think about where you're going to put that information inside your memory cathedral in your brain. Because it makes sense, right? If you're trying to access something, it's up there with 11 trillion different pieces of information. But if you knew where you put it. So like I have a whiteboard in my memory cathedral where I put names. When I meet somebody, I immediately see myself writing their name on that whiteboard. And I am much better at remembering people's names now. So I think that book has taught me not just about myself, but about the kind of person that I want to be. I want to be somebody that remembers stuff. I want to be somebody that remembers your name when you introduce yourself, or remembers your daughter's name. So that makes people feel good. And I think that's something that we should all be about, right? Making people feel good. So those are my book tags. Stay tuned for more. This is really a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And I'm going to do a brief thing. Here is my library. And then I have all these swords on the wall, and that should tell you all you need to know about me. This is Alex Westmore signing out. Hi again, it's number 5 for Alex Westmore, and welcome to our tips and hints on how to write and being a writer. Based on the book again, Wired for Story by Lisa Cron, we were looking at what do you do to make a reader feel?